I have a confession to make. Tomatoes intimidate me. They just do. My pepper plants are doing great. I mean, they're just thriving, especially in this bed. Look how nice and well behaved the peppers are. They stay to their own little space. They don't encroach on anybody else. They know their place, and they're polite little neighbors. I love peppers. I'm not intimidated by peppers. Eggplants are cool. They kind of stay. I mean, they can get growing pretty good, but they kind of stay to their own areas and stay relatively manageable. I'm really not intimidated by eggplants. Beans are fun. They send these vines up and they climb up whatever you want them to climb up and produce beautiful beans. Not really intimidated by beans. Kale, Swiss chard. If they start getting too big, I just cut some off and eat it. I'm not intimidated by kale. Beets are cool. If they start getting too crowded, I just come in here and start thinning them out a little bit. And you can eat the greens. I'm not intimidated by beets. I think by now you get my point. Tomatoes can be a real frustrating crop, both in how to manage them and sometimes they're a little bit finicky. Yeah, so it's only June and I've got 3 more months of tomato growth here with no place for them to go. What am I going to do with this? The other thing. This happens to be a cherry tomato. I didn't know it when I put it here. And if you know anything about cherry tomatoes, this thing's going to be massive and it's just not going to stop growing. I have become a little bit intimidated by tomatoes. I have to admit, they're a little like an old sci-fi movie. You know, the ones where something takes over and starts growing and coming out of a meteor or something and just takes over a town. And well, that's what a tomato's like to me. It just starts as a little tiny seedling, so innocent, so cute, and becomes this massive beast that refuses to be tamed. You know what I'm going to do this year, though? I'm just going to go with it. I'm going to let it go. Let it take over this whole bed, this whole corner. And I'm going to try to collect as many tomatoes off this thing as I can. It's a new variety. M.I. Gardner came out with it. It's called a tangerine crim. And I didn't realize that it was a cherry until I put it in here and then looked into it. And I am going to have a lot of cherry tomatoes. I hope they're good tasting. This tangerine crim I was talking about, the one that's the beast that took over Dennis's garden, is just loaded down with flowers and tomatoes. There's some down in here. And they have they're supposed to be orange when they mature, but look at the amount of production on that. That's why I don't want to do anything to this plant. I'm just going to let it go. It's putting off so many flowers, so many tomatoes. I'm going to have loads and loads of them. So we'll see. This tangerine cream might be a lot of fun. I hope it tastes good. This is another variety here called a Solar Eclipse. And you can see it's going to have some like purple shoulders. But it's also producing well. Made the mistake of putting it in here. These were left over, basically. I had extra tomatoes and I couldn't squeeze them into the greenhouse bed. This area was where I'd planned on the beginning of this year to put my tomatoes, and this is where most of them went. It's time now because these are getting large and I have to train them. I'm gonna put some strings. That's why I put these bamboo sticks up here. I'm gonna bring lines down from here to let the tomatoes grow up, and then they can just go as far as they want up this old greenhouse. So I think this is still going to work. Now they're already starting to really go. So I need to get ready and get those things staked up. This is a new tomato from my gardener called a Mad Hatter. It's a cool looking little tomato. I don't know how big they get. They're still really firm. So I would imagine they have a little bit more growth on them, but aren't they a pretty color? Purple. Aren't they pretty? Got the green bottoms and the purple tops. It's a really cool looking little tomato. You know, when I do videos about don't overcrowd your garden, just scroll past that video because I don't know what I'm talking about. These are my collard greens. I've never grown those before, and I'm not really sure what to do with them. If anybody out there can tell me the best way to cook collard greens, I would love to know. Look at what is going to be the production on this Santa Fe Grande pepper. It is going to be loaded up with peppers. I can rely on peppers. This pumpkin spice jalapeno looks like it's going to produce quite a bit too. It's got quite a lot of blooms going on here. This is a giant Marconi's from seeds that I kept. So these are my seeds. They're doing well, starting to produce some nice peppers. This is a Jimmy Nardella, one of my favorite peppers. Look at all the peppers on that thing. Boy, those are delicious peppers. They're when they turn red, they're so sweet, delicious. This is my overwintered Cubanelle. Look at the stalk on that thing. And it's beginning to rain. I don't know how much of this video I'm going to get in today. I filmed parts of it yesterday, so I'll probably have to splice some of that in, but it's really a cool day. It's raining a little bit. I think it's in the low 70s today for a high. Rainy. It's been raining for the last week. Even though I'm probably going to be a little overgrown, obviously, I think I'm going to be happy with the production this year. If I can keep the disease down. We'll see what happens. I hope you enjoyed this video. My little tour of the garden so far. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up and check out this other video. And I hope to see you back.